You must fight for what you want to be and what you want to have. Don't wait for anybody to come and give it to you as a gift, because there will not be nobody who will do that. They will not show up at all, even when you badly need that. Values? What are values? Are they things that belong to some parts of the world and the others are just supposed to be spoon-fed and given values to swallow or be forced down their throats? Do you really believe that?
Hello guys, welcome to the show. I hope everyone is doing just fine, and I hope that all your dreams are going according to plan. So let's kick off with this video I saw on YouTube. You know, for a while now, there has been this argument about whether or not President Paul Kagame of Rwanda was behind the destabilization of DR Congo. Some people, especially in the Western nations, have come out to say that Paul Kagame is funding one of the rebels that has been very destructive in Congo, although Paul Kagame have denied that. And even of recently, there's another issue going on between Rwanda and Burundi, and this has led to a border closure between the two nations. This is very concerning as for someone who is an African. We really want to see the continent united. We want to see people working together. We want to see fellow African brothers and sisters coming out and working together, trying to create a path for the prosperity and development of Africa. But if all we get are things like this, where neighbors, where African brothers and sisters are out there accusing each other of doing one thing or the other, I wonder where we are headed. But I want you guys to watch the response from President Paul Kagame, and then we shall continue from there. Let's watch.
But there is that God-given right to some people to be the ones to have values and others don't have, and then these ones will perpetually teach you values. Do you believe that? So that is one of the things that in your responsibilities, young people, generation, new generation, others to come, must understand and deal with unapologetically. Unapologetically. If you don't want to go back to where we have come from in our history, you must even really be angry about this. When it comes to this, well, let me not take too long on this, because after all, what I'm really saying, I can only speak to you and give you this message. There's nothing else I can do. I can't, because I'm not able to create people to be who one wishes them to be. Just like those people have no power, like gods, to tell people and force people to have these values they want them to have, even when they have failed to stand up for that themselves. The whole world is struggling. So, including those who give lessons, they're really struggling. And when they are struggling, and they're telling you to do certain things they are struggling to achieve, then they start telling you, yeah, but that is the beauty of democracy. Yeah, so why is it not the beauty of democracy when I'm struggling? Why are they not the same? You are struggling with democracy, but my struggles with the democracy are supposed to be different from your own. How? The mess there is in democracy in your place is the same mess there is in my part of the world with democracy. Which mess is better than the other? It's all a mess. We're dealing with a mess. So we can only, maybe all of us on this earth, exercise whatever with a bit of humility, knowing that no one created the other.
Now, in all honesty, right, I have always, let me say, I have this bias towards Paul Kagame because I believe that he is one of those African leaders who are looking to better up Africa. If not just Africa, but who is working hard to make sure that the people in his country get the best. He has transformed Rwanda into a very prosperous nation. And I know many people have argued that he has only done that in Kigali, not throughout the country. But I also believe that charity begins at home, okay? If he can fix Kigali, I believe that gradually that development can sprinkle into other parts of the country. If only other Africans, if only other African leaders did a similar thing like he has done. If only African leaders start fixing just the capital city alone. I'm looking at you, French-speaking African countries. I'm looking at you guys. If you guys can start from there, just start from fixing just the capital alone and gradually spreading it into other parts of the country. Can you imagine how great that would be? So for that, I have this kind of likeness towards Paul Kagame. Now, like I have always said before, every single one of us have our own baggages. We all have our skeletons in our closet. No one is a saint. Every single person has something he's done that he's not proud of, or something he is doing that he's not proud of, or something that many people might perceive as bad. We all have that in our lives. So I cannot dispute that. But all what I want to say is, if African countries, if we the African people have a problem, we should always try to talk it out among ourselves. There is no point, there is no reason for allowing outsiders to come in and started pitting us against each other. The Asian countries have succeeded, and the reason why they did so was because they didn't allow outsiders to come in and start meddling in their internal affairs. They said to the outsiders, we are not perfect. We, the locals, have our own wrongdoings. But we believe that we can only solve this matter ourselves. And they push out all the outsiders from their internal affairs and they resolve their problems by themselves. Now, that might not have been perfect. Maybe some people might have still felt sidelined, but the majority of the people got to reap the benefit of certain actions and decisions. I have always said this, I am pro-Africa. I wish only the best for Africa and for Africans. And I have understood very well that Westerners do not have our interests at heart. I believe so. I am totally convinced about that. Western foreign policies in Africa was never meant for us, the African people. It was never meant to benefit us, the Africans. It was just for the Westerners to keep their power and control over us, aka America. Whatever America does in Africa is never for the African people. Let no one fool you about that. It's never for us. It's for them to have power and control over us. That is just it. And that is what I believe. And it's not just me. Many young people in Africa are waking up to this fact. And even renowned Pan-Africanist like P.L.O. Lumumba has said this time and time again. Even Dr. Arikana, a doctor from Zimbabwe, former AU ambassador to America, also said the same thing. This Western influence in Africa, it's not benefiting us. It has never benefited us. And it's never going to benefit us because it was never designed to benefit us. It was just a way for Western powers to keep their influence. So I would hope that the president of DR Congo, the president of Burundi, and the president of Rwanda can have a three-man talk, can dialogue this out, can keep aside their personal emotions and bad blood towards each other. Should realize that a divided Africa will never stand. And the more we fight among ourselves, the more we create more opening, more chances for Westerners to come in and steal and loot and confuse us. Westerners have always thrived when we fight among ourselves. And they love it. And they love it when we start quarreling and pointing fingers at each other. But you guys out there, let me know your take on what Paul Kagame said in this video. Do you buy what he was saying? Do you believe that there is a path to peace and prosperity and unity in Africa? And let me ask you this question. Who or what entity is the one or are the ones buying all these conflict minerals from Africa? All the minerals that are being extracted in those conflict regions. Where are those minerals being sent to? Because to the best of my knowledge, we Africans do not have the kind of facilities to process minerals like that. So who are the ones buying them? Who are the ones funding these groups? Who are the ones providing them with weapons and armory? Let us know in the comment section below. because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Please do us a favor by liking this video, sharing it, and subscribe to this channel, because that helps us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that, and like always, see you in the next one.